Ano po reaksyon ninyo, Kong, sa plano ng Finance Department alisin na itong pondo para po dito sa libreng matrikula, tertiary free education para sa ating mga scholar sa kolehiyo?
I strongly oppose the proposal of Secretary Diokno to remove the free tuition scholarships to 2,100,000 students all over the country in 112 state universities and colleges and 141 local universities and colleges. This will be really counterproductive, and it is against the Constitution. The Constitution provides all. Section 17, state principle ito, state principle that the state shall give priority to education, not infrastructure, not even health, not even environment, but education is number one in the Constitution. And the Constitution, under Section 1 of Article 14 on education, says the state shall protect and promote the right of all citizens to quality education at all levels, and shall take steps to appropriate steps to be able to make such education accessible to all. So yan ay constitutional. Tapos may batas tayo, sinabi mo na Republic Act 10931. Hindi pwede na sasabihin lang ni Secretary Diokno na iwala na yan. We are opposed to that. Linya.
Sir, ang sabi po ni Secretary Diokno, anti-poor daw ang naturang batas kasi hindi naman daw nakikinabang dyan ang mahihirap na mag-aaral. Ano po ang masasabi nyo dyan? Kasi sabi nga rin ni Chairperson Popoy de Vera na simula raw nang naipasa itong RA 10931, mas maraming estudyante that from relatively higher income households ang nag-enroll ngayon sa mga state colleges and universities, Congressman.
Well, it is the opposite of what Secretary Diokno. His proposal is the one which is anti-poor. He would not want to give scholarships to poor and deserving students. Yung sinasabi naman ni Popoy, it's not true that it comes from high income. Most of our students are low income and lower middle class families. Yung middle class families ngayon nahihirapan na magpadala ng kanilang mga anak sa private schools, private universities. That is a fact. The cost of living is very high. Employment is very low. That is why mali silang dalawa if they say that. Because this is in consonance with our Constitution. Number two, sabi niya unsustainable.
Apo.
It is not. How much is the amount to be given by this every year? Only 51 billion. Ang budget natin, Ninya, is 5.768 trillion. This is less than 1% of our national budget. How can this be unsustainable? At the same time, there is that particular order of the Constitution to help poor and deserving students through education.
Opo. Yun na nga, no? Mas siguro titingnan dito ni Secretary Ben Diokno, gamitin na lang natin sa iba ang pondo na nakalaan po dito sa libreng edukasyon o libreng matrikula sa mga deserving ito, deserving, matatalino, mga scholar ng bayan dahil nagko-consume daw talaga ng napakalaking pondo. Opo, Congressman.
Well, I again strongly disagree.
Opo.
We are not less than 1% to assure that we emancipate families from the bondage of poverty. Once a student finishes in one of the state universities and colleges and becomes a professional, that changes the picture. And it is an emancipator education. So that is why medyo nag-overboard dito si Secretary Diokno. Huwag niya kunin ito. Kunin niya sa mga intelligence funds, di ba? So all the other expenses are necessary. So let us really stick to having education as the most important, as stated by the Constitution.
Sir Congressman Rodriguez, no, ano naman po ang masasabi niyo dun sa, meron rin naman na point din daw itong sinasabi ni Secretary Diokno na ang dapat daw tutukan ay ang basic education. Kaya doon na lang daw ibuhos ang pondo at hindi sa mga state universities and colleges. Dahil minsan nga raw yung mga ibang nag-enroll after 1 year, lumilipat pa ng kurso. So parang nasasayang po yung free tuition nila. Or yung iba, nagda-drop out, sir?
Well, the basic education, meaning elementary and high school, had always been provided with the highest budgetary allocation ever since. And we continue to do that. We continue to improve our system. But at the same time, aside from making sure that we have sufficient budget for the DepEd, which is handling elementary and high school, we should also give sufficient support to the tertiary level. After all, the Constitution says the right of all citizens to quality education in all levels. So that is the mandate of the Constitution. It is therefore necessary that even to the tertiary, we should be able to support, because tertiary education is now very expensive in private schools, and you all know that, Al. And Ninya, mahal na talaga ang private schools. So therefore, we have to come in, and we have our state university colleges providing for very good education. I sit in the board of regents of the University of Science and Technology of the Philippines in Cagayan de Oro. I'm the author of that bill making it a university. We have more than 12,000 students there. I assure you that these are not rich families. They are low-income families. The rich ones in Cagayan de Oro, they go to Xavier University, they go to Liceo, they go to private universities. These people, you know what? We have an examination of our status of our students at USTP. Many who are going there do not have breakfast and cannot have lunch. So what did we do? We have to therefore have a budget of a voucher system where we will give a voucher to the candidate, to the students who cannot have breakfast and lunch, and give them this voucher to be able to eat a simple meal in our canteen. This is the status, hindi yung mayayaman. Ang nandyan sa mga 2 million, of course, UP is different. But UP is actually not the forest. Sa UP kasi, maraming mayaman dyan. Nakakapasa dyan, sa kanina, are from Ateneo, Lasal, UST. But UP is an open university. It is the University of the Philippines. We have to do that to be competitive. There is no restriction or limitation as to income. That is fine. That's only about what? About 30,000 students of the 2 million students that we have over, which are mostly very poor.
Ma'am, ano po yung reaction nyo sa plano ng DOF na tanggalan ng pondo ang tuition dyan po sa tertiary education?
Well, talagang ang stand na ito ng DOF ay anti-poor. So ito yung anti-poor. Kasi alam naman natin wala pa yung itong free education. Talagang ang access sa education ng ating mga college students ay mababa. Kaya nung nagkaroon ng free tertiary education, ayon nga sa report ng CHED, ay tumaas. So parang nagkaroon ng 50% as compared doon sa private sector o sa private higher institution. Kaya tingin ko ay out of ground o hindi nakalapat sa ground itong sinasabi ni Secretary Diokno. At ito ay anti-poor. Ito yung talagang anti-poor.
Ang sabi raw po kasi niya ay tutukan na lang daw yung basic education dahil yung daw mga nakakakuha ng mga free tuition na ito. Minsan daw, nasasayang lang dahil sila ay lumilipat ng ibang kurso, sayang yung, sayang lang yung 1 taon, yung iba hindi na rin nagtutuloy. Ano po ang masasabi niyo dito, ma'am?
Well, nagkaroon ba siya ng study yung tungkol doon sa mga hindi nagtutuloy, nag-shift? Baka naman kailangan ng alalay nitong mga estudyante. Hindi lang kasi free tuition ang kailangan nitong ating mga estudyante na yan. So naharap tayo sa crisis, 'di ba? So, ito rin, isa rin sa mga dahilan siguro ay yung krisis na nararanasan natin. Yung mababang pasweldo, yung mga magulang nila, mababang sweldo, patuloy na pagtaas ng inflation. Dapat yun ang tugunan ng DOF. Dapat yun ang puruhan para makatulong tayo sa ating mga estudyante sa college na hindi mapipilitang mag-drop out. Wala namang estudyante sigurong gustong mag-drop out just for the drop out, di ba? Meron silang krisis na pinagdadaanan. At yung mga shifting na yan, meron ngang nangyayari. Hindi gusto ng mga batang mag-shift. Sinishift lang sila dahil nga sa quota. So, dapat pag-aralan ito at huwag sisihin ang mga bata dito. Dapat alalayan pa nga yung mga estudyante at mga magulang. So, hindi pwede yung sabihin na lang na tanggalin itong free tuition na law na ito tapos mag-focus sa basic education. Yun naman yung ginagawa, ano? At isang landmark, landmark,
Opo.
na law sa panahon ngayon, di ba? Ako nga, nung estudyante ako, pinaglalaban ko yung free tuition eh. Kaya natuwa ako nung naging kongresista ako, isa pa ako sa naging author na magkaroon ng free tuition. At nakita naman natin ang improvement in terms of access.